Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe. So as we're going through all this stuff, we start to get down, depressed. We start turning to some emotional eating. We're going to get a little bit into that. I'm going to give you some diet tips that help me lose 78 pounds. And we're going to talk about why we do this. We're trying to control something. We also feel empty inside. So as we're filling our bodies, we're trying to comfort ourselves in some way. Sometimes we don't eat either. We're too anxious or stressed out, and we're just not hungry. Other times we want to eat more. Sometimes we eat when we're not hungry. A lot of what we're going to go through is where if you're having emotional eating issues, there's a lot of times that we reach for comfort food, and it's almost subconscious sometimes where we don't care. We're in the like, screw it, I'll just eat whatever, or this is what I want. We're trying to fill our wants because we want something different. We really don't care that it's a sundae or a donut. We are missing our specific person. So our mind starts trying to control or modify what we're going through. So we tend to turn to food. Food's always, hopefully for you guys, readily available. And we also have a lack of impulse control sometimes, where we're just down in the dumps and we just don't process things. We don't think about things. We're starting to live in the moment. We're just trying to get rid of the pain, and it's normal to go through the pain. So we have to be careful with the types of foods that we turn to, because often we start craving the fatty foods or the sugary foods. A lot of times they're easier to get access to. You can either order them, grab a bag of chips or some ice cream. It's already made. You just grab it and eat it. Also, you might overindulge if you're craving pancakes. You're going to overindulge, use the most butter you've ever used. You're going to start doing different choices than you normally would when you're in a healthy state of mind. Healthy body, healthy mind. And it goes the opposite too. Healthy mind, your body's going to be healthier. So we got to take care of ourselves during this time. They've also done studies where I believe it was 50 calories an hour that you burn while you're sleeping, up to like 8 hours. When you sleep over that, it starts dwindling. It's not quite as much. So get your 8 hours of sleep. I believe awake is 40, 45 calories. So go to bed, you actually burn a few more calories. And if you don't get enough sleep though, you put on weight, and I can attest to that. I lost 78 pounds. I used to be a really tight 16 down to a size 5. And I'll discuss how I did that in a minute, but I forgot what I was gonna say. But we have to control what we're doing. So some of the diet tricks I did is, for one thing, I don't drink anything with calories. So if you can avoid adding cream and sugar to your coffee, I'd rather eat an orange than drink orange juice. Alcoholic beverages have a lot of calories, so does soda pop. I lost a lot of it. It started out, I was drinking a lot of Diet Coke. The first 14 pounds I lost, I had mono. I was really sick. This is like in 10th grade. And my stomach shrunk. So when I would eat like an apple or something, it felt like a Thanksgiving dinner. So I also had a lot of broken bones. That's why I gained the weight. I wasn't active because, like, I was on my crutches, fell off my crutches, broke my arm, had different stitches, broken collarbone, arms, legs, fingers, toes, nose, everything. I broke everything. Even chipped a tooth before. So we got to stay active. So I was inactive. I also this was in high school. So I'd come home from high school, eat a snack, do a paper route, eat a snack, then eat dinner. So I had 2 snacks. So we have to be cautious of what we're doing. Also, I had an older brother. My brother was super, super skinny and was super active. Extremely high metabolism. He's also male. Males with usually have more muscle mass. Muscle mass burns more calories. So as you're adding muscle mass, you naturally will burn more calories. So when we get into these depressed modes, we still need to take care of ourselves. So if you can cut out certain caloric drinks, or maybe drink, instead of whole milk, drink 1%, 2%. Also, when I have a sandwich, when I was dieting, I made an open face sandwich. I made myself decide you can either have mayonnaise or you can have the cheese. We can cut certain things out. And if you're dieting or trying to at least maintain, make healthy choices. If you have put on weight from emotional eating, and I want to make a disclaimer, I'm not a dietitian. I've done studies. I was in nursing school, but I also lost weight. I am not a dietitian, but I have studied it through nursing school and firsthand. But know what your target weight should be. If you guys have any certain illnesses or diabetic or things like that, make sure it's approved by your doctor. Also salt intake, things like that. For high blood pressure, or if you struggle with low blood pressure, see if there's any underlying diseases or disorders causing your weight gain. Maybe you have a problem with your thyroid. But if you check out healthy, there's ways to have a sandwich, even if you want both slices of bread. I watch the calories. I see which breads, some have 60 calories a slice, some have 100, and some 120 slices, calories per slice. So I get the lower calorie slices. It's up to you guys. The different cheeses, I put cheese on my salad, but I use mozzarella cheese because it has fewer calories. And it's the little things that you do. I don't buy potato chips. There aren't I love Doritos, love them. Don't eat them. When I go out to a restaurant, there's a restaurant right down the street, and they give you these rolls with your salad. And I asked for it not to be buttered because they put butter and like garlic on it. So I just ask for it plain. Try to start training yourself to go without the condiments, mayonnaise, butter, all that stuff. 100 calories a tablespoon. And look at the ice creams. It's okay to have ice cream, but your basic ice cream is like 120 calories. You get your Tom and Jerry's or Haagen-Dazs, it's like double the calories. I can't remember exactly because I don't buy it. It might even be quadruple. It's way higher. Different candy bars. If you're going to have a candy bar, look at the calories. Corn has higher calories than carrots. So there are little things that you can do so you're not hungry. But it takes a conscious mind to stay on track, stay within your calorie limits. I know some people will try the Atkins. After I had mono and my stomach shrunk, I'm like, cool, well, let's do this, So I ate salads. I love salads. So that's just me. I love them. And that got me through. And then I dated this guy who he didn't put salad dressing on his salad. And I thought he was weird. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I just put a little bit of salt. And I'm like, so weird. But there's no salad dressing in the house, so you get used to it. And I was like, I kind of like it that way. And when I'm trying to rebalance my weight, I'll go without salad dressing. And you get used to it. I actually just started re-entering into the world of salad dressings. Careful on that because salad dressing is good, but you can get used to certain things. And if you order a pizza, don't necessarily get all the different meats on it. Pick one and be good with that. Add some green peppers or whatever. So we also need to take care of ourselves emotionally too, though. We have to recognize what we're doing. Be careful on how much alcohol, because alcohol does cause increase in calories, but it also decreases your inhibitions, and you're not going to care that you're overeating, or you're not going to pay attention. And when we get down and depressed, our body just doesn't want to move. And so even if you're doing things, we burn a certain amount of calories when we do certain exercises, some different chores or physical sports activities. There's different variations, but a lot of it goes towards the effort that we put into it. So when we're depressed, we might still mop our floors and vacuum or put the clothes away, but we're so melancholy about it and we're in slow motion. We're not as aerobic about it. And get your heart a little bit pumping, get uh the inertia, the momentum, objects in motion stay in motion. You got to train yourself to get that inertia in your life back. And you're going to have your ups and downs. And another thing I noticed when I was dieting, is I kind of struggled because I was in this state. I've gone through certain cycles in my life. Part of it's being a girl, but not menstrual cycles, but cycles as far as cravings. To where I had like a donut phase for 2 years, M&M phase for 4 years, peanut. And peanuts are good for you, as long as you're not allergic to them. But when I was with my first narc, I just had our daughter. I lost that weight from the mono, got down to a size 7, gained 55 pounds, had my daughter, but she tilted my hips. So my hips down here weren't as wide. They were a little thinner. So I could, before I got pregnant, I was a 7. After I had her, I was size 5. So I was pretty lucky. But I wanted to lose the weight, but I kept craving like chocolate. And if you're still in the menstrual states of your life, chocolate releases some serotonin. It is soothing. That's why through PMS, it's okay. Have some chocolate. I approve. And you actually burn 200 more calories during menstruation per day. So that's like a free candy bar almost. Also breastfeeding, you burn, can't remember now, it's been so many years, 1,500 or 5,000. You burn a lot of calories breastfeeding. Take advantage of that. But depression, it can affect our heart rate, our ability to do things, insomnia. So take some naps if you need it. Oh, but I was starting to tell you. So I went through this cookie phase. I just wanted chocolate chip cookies. And I noticed as far as my weight, I was trying to watch it. We have to be realistic about it too. Cause I'm like, okay, have that open face sandwich. Well, that's not really what I wanted. Okay. You love salads, have a salad. That's not really what I wanted. Have some chips. Shouldn't be eating the chips, but something's, and then I'm like, finally, I'm just eating that cookie. So I ate all those calories when I just wanted that cookie. So sometimes it's okay to have your special little treat. Try to mix eating healthy, but if I ate the cookie, I would go without all those extra calories. Have a sensible meal. Sometimes we have to indulge ourselves a little bit. It's maybe making you feel like a prince or princess for a minute, and it is soothing. The chocolate must, maybe that's why I was craving it. Needed the serotonin to just kind of soothe my brain. But another thing I would do is I would tell myself, if you're hungry, go have some yogurt. I don't want yogurt. All right, you can have some oatmeal. I don't want oatmeal. And those are my choices. If I had like a yogurt, then I could eat something else in a little while. I always waited like 20 minutes to see if I was still hungry. Because if I was really hungry, I'm not crazy about yogurt, not crazy about oatmeal, but I don't mind it at all. So if I didn't want that, I really wasn't hungry. Another thing I did is my mouth and my belly had to be hungry at the same time. So if I'm like craving, like I really want some ice cream, or I feel like strawberry smoothies or something is making my mouth water mentally, I had to make sure my stomach was hungry too. And if I'm like, I'm really not hungry, you have to consciously think, am I really hungry? There's other times that my belly would be, feeling hungry. And I'm like, really, I don't even know what I want to eat. Like, do I really want to eat like popcorn? Doesn't sound good. Steak, don't, it's going to just sit heavy. So you start thinking like, am I really hungry? And I would try to only eat when my mouth and my belly were hungry at the same time. Another thing I would do is, it's kind of silly, but I'd take my hand like this and gently place it like right here. And I just kind of like lean forward where this is pressing against the table. And if it was not uncomfortable, but just you could feel like, okay, there's something in there I don't need to eat. after you've eaten, you have like maybe half of your plate. You're like, do I really need to still eat? And I'd be like, "Mm, no, I don't really need to keep eating." Another thing that I would do is maybe have half a sandwich. And I was like, I'm still hungry. And you got to mentally tell yourself, you're really not still hungry because you just ate something. So mind over matter. And during the emotional healing, you're going to go through these struggles where you're not going to care. Um, and that's where we have to take our power back, to where we have to know that we're damaging our body. We could be damaging our heart. And to make healthier choices, it's okay to have that cookie every now and then. To realize what your patterns are, to cut out the extra calories when we don't need them. I don't put croutons on my salad. I try to have a lower calorie salad. I don't put, if you go to a salad bar, I don't get like the macaroni salad and the potato salad. I load it up with the vegetables. A cottage cheese instead of salad dressing. Sometimes I would use with a little bit of salt. Um, Got a call coming in. Hold on one second. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry about that. So you have the power to redirect your thoughts. I also, when I would take care of myself, take naps when I needed to, so I wasn't so tired. I know my dad gained a lot of weight because he was a super hard worker, and he was gone all day and exhausted. And he had a long commute there, long commute home, and he would eat while dinner's being made. Just like me with that bicycle route. I'd eat before I did the work. He would eat before the dinner. Adding on whatever those calories were, it was probably 400 to 600 extra calories instead of just sitting down and having the meal and waiting. Maybe prepackaged things if you're going to be hungry after work, because food does give us energy. There's times my blood sugar feels off or I am tired, so I'm eating just for energy. Like I eat more when I teach at the schools because I get tired. And we have to get the right amount of rest. I don't always do that. Look through my videos. I look pretty rough sometimes. I'm a workaholic. That's the other thing. Try not to overdo yourself. I just started a new job today. I've been teaching online, but I'm kind of missing people. So I took a job at the school. We need to do that, reconnect with people or connect with some new people. And that's where I am in my growth, is trying to get out there, meeting new people. Not necessarily even to date. If that's going to happen, it's going to happen. But it could even be, like the trickle down effect, where I meet somebody's sister who likes to do this activity, and that activity, the director knows, has a brother who I fall in love with or something. Just let life unfold. Trust the process. All you got to do is worry about taking care of yourself, and things will fall into place. So this is in response to a viewer who said the emotional eating, Lord help me. And I talked to him. So it's something that is hard to deal with. It's hard to deal with. But my dad would double eat. Try not to double eat. Try not to pick as you eat or cook. Wait till it's done. Have soup before you have a meal. That can cut down. And try, if you like hot tea, try not to add, we're Dutch and we add sugar and cream, or sugar and milk, tea, but try not to add all the little extras. Have your hot chocolate, but don't add the whipped cream and marshmallows. And just focus on yourself, that instead of eating, maybe do a physical activity, or just even relax in the bathtub. The more we start doing different activities, even relaxing in a bathtub, the more we're away from the temptation of food. And use portion control. They do studies where if you have like a small plate and you fill it up with your meal, it tricks your mind to thinking you ate more because that plate looks really full. So don't use your large bowls. Don't use your large plates. Use the smaller ones. Um, Chew your food thoroughly. Don't gulp it down. Savor it. Like really think about the flavors and the textures and um, we're at such a loss for wanting to enjoy life and feeling like we missed out. But don't overlook the things that are right in our face that we're missing out on. So if you have a beautiful chicken dinner tonight, did you gulp it down? Or did you realize how lucky you are to have a full meal and enjoy every bite of it? Enjoy every little thing in life. Start looking around at the beautiful flowers, or I saw some sand cranes today. Those are my favorite birds. And I took the time to watch them for a little while. So I was just going, oh, those are my favorite birds, and walking away. Enjoy life, every little bit of it. And that builds up the health within your brain and your body. It all works together. So when you're sad, it's your choice to deal with. It's easier said than done. I get that, but when you're sick or sad or depressed up here, with what we're going through, we have the power to decide: are we going to let that take us over this way with the unhealthy, or are we going to pull from the healthy and build up? So keep your body healthy and the mind is going to come together. You're going to feel better. You're going to want to do more things. You're going to want to you're going to have more energy. But if we let this part, the sadness, the uncontrolled eating, if we let that take over, it's kind of a disorder, illness. It can be temporary, but it's kind of like an illness. Sorry, perfect timing. Talking about illness. So we have this taking us over. Let's take over with the health and build ourselves up from the bottom up. And that's all we got. All we can do from now is up. And I hope that helped. And it'll be all right. It'll be all right. Feel free to let me know if you want to talk about anything. Those are just some things that helped me. I also started walking. I walked 3.5 miles home from school, which helped. After my daughter, I was walking. Just walk around the mall or go for a walk outside. It's August right now, still beautiful weather. And if you can handle the cold, also be careful of your health, because shoveling snow is a great exercise. Just make sure your heart's healthy enough for it. So watch the calories on labels and make wise choices in between which vegetable to eat, because you can enjoy just as much and be just as healthy if you make a couple little tweaks. Decide if you want soy sauce or ketchup, vinegar, or mayonnaise, different things like that. There's different calories. So I hope that helps. And I'll see you at the beach in your brand new bikini or Speedo. See you next time.